Oh, yeah, baby. Nothing gets us down on this channel. We bring it every night, every week, every month, and every motherfucking year. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the game against Chelsea, how the rest of the Italians did in the Champions League. We're going to talk about all the Champions League game, and we're going to be getting you ready for Juve on the weekend. Welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Let's go!
Welcome to Milan Weekly Podcast, Coast to Coast, with your hosts, Geo and Fabio.
Benvenuti nella casa
Giroud in area, si gira, sinistro, rete, gol capolavoro di Olivier Giroud.
Mignon with another magical save.
Teo Hernandez, coast to coast, del numero 19.
Leao carica il mancino. Eccolo qua, Rafa Leao.
Il Milan è campione d'Italia.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode and welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Let's bring us in. What up, ladies and gentlemen? I know you're probably either on a high or a low or like us, pissed off and salty, baby. But you know what? Everything's going to be all right. Guys, welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. I'm Fabio, joined by my boy, Geo. Hey, I got it right. There's Geo. And together we are...
Milan, coast to coast, baby.
Yeah, damn right, baby. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for watching our video. If you're watching right now, we just want to get off the bat. Please, I hope you like my little Halloween decorations because today was frightening. That's for sure. Please do us a favor, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, but you're probably subscribed because that's why you're here with us, baby. Gio, I know you're upset, man. How you feeling right now?
Fabio, I'm not feeling good, man. What I seen today is like, come on, man. It's Wednesday night. We're not even supposed to be drinking, but we drinking because what they did to us, man, they embarrassed us, especially. We look more of a liability today as the other Serie A teams did what they had to do, and we just looked like we were fish out of the water.
Yeah, man. Well, let's this is episode 9. It's entitled The Letdown in London. Pretty self-explanatory if you're a Milan fan. Today we traveled to London for our third Champions League game of the year, and it was rough, man. It was rough. But we're gonna get into everything. Usually we give our 2 cents, but it feels like that Empoli game is miles away at this point. So you know what happened. If you need more thoughts about it, check out our video, and please check it out every Monday night with Vinny and Steve. They went through all that game with Empoli. We got to move on, man. We got to move on because there's so much to unpack. A little housekeeping things before we move on. There is still a big event going down. Let me put it up here. We got to talk about it. If you're in the New York City area, Milan and Rock Nation are presenting From Milan to Many. It's going to be a great event at the 4040 Club on Saturday for the Milan-Juve matchup. You got to come there. This watch party is going to be off the hook. They're going to have the trophy there. They're going to be giving away probably a scarf to the first 300 people that were there. So definitely, if you're in the area, please come say what up. If you see me, I will be in the spot. There's going to be plenty of people there. The New York City Club is going to be repping hard. Obviously, it's in our city. And we're expecting Boston, Philadelphia, maybe Toronto, maybe Montreal, maybe Southern Cal. You never know. These people, everybody, Milanistas from all over the world might be coming through. They had a great event today in London and yesterday too. Really great. Nesta was there. A lot of crazy things, man. Gio, what can we say about this? Boston will be there. That's good.
You know what, Fabio, man? Like I said, man, shout out to NYC. They've been putting it in for a long time and well deserved. especially Franco. He's out there. He's doing what he's doing and doing everything at Legends 4. But now it's time to go to 40-40 and get the recognition that club deserves. And I'm glad that everybody linking up, whether you're from the West Coast or the East Coast, everybody or Midwest, everybody's trying to fly out there for a big event. And I like that. The London one was crazy yesterday. They had Sandro there. They had Nesta there, a lot of surprise guests. So that's dope that they're finally recognizing
And
the fans
Brosini was
outside
in the
of the league.
building, I saw.
Yeah, Rossini doing what he doing.
Yeah, man. So definitely going to be a big event this weekend. So as tough as today was, there's hopefully will be a great day on Saturday. So if you're in the area, in the tri-state area, going to be in New York for whatever reason on Saturday, come through to the 40-40 Club. And if you see me, please come say what up and just spread the Milan love. That's what we're about. There's not going to be a lot of love going on today. Before we move on, I just want to say a special shout out. Today is my Uncle Enzo's birthday. He is a Juventino, but I love my Uncle Enzo. Says a little shout out for my Uncle Enzo. I know he checks us out. So to Enzo, I love you and happy birthday, brother. All right. So
Fabio,
we win.
I just want to say something. So like shout out to Enzo, the Juventino. But like our meetup is gonna be at N10. We're going to Del Piero's restaurant to watch the game.
I
so
mean,
we in enemy territory.
Oh man, but listen, I'm gonna drag my uncle one day when he just moved to Phoenix. But when I go out to Phoenix, I'm gonna go hit up the Milan Club Phoenix over there. We're gonna get it popping over there. So, but we're not alone tonight. We're not alone. There's a lot of damage and trauma that happened today. So today we have a special guest live. Another member of the Southern Cal Club of Milan. Let's bring in Anthony, our special guest. Anthony, what's going on, brother?
Yo, I'm on TV.
How are you feeling, man?
Shouts out to my mom. She's out there. No, she's not watching. I'm good. How y'all doing?
We've had better days, bro.
I guess. That was just a social. I'm good, but I'm really all right,
so
drinks in.
Anthony, I know you're part of the Milan SoCal Club, right? So
yeah,
I believe you were the person who's in charge of or created the website. So tell us a little bit what you do for the club.
Yeah. I do IT on my regular job, so I just threw that in there. I could do website, and I have like a art background too, so doing some banners and flyers and stuff. So, anybody out there, any clubs out there that just need some work done, I'm trying to get every Milan club up and running. I'm not really, I think my wife will kick me a few times, like, because I don't really care about getting money or anything, but she wants money, so she's gonna be like, you got to charge these people. But I just want to get all the clubs up and running, and whatever they need. So. Because I want this to grow. Starting with New York and SoCal's growing big, so I just want it to grow. So that's what it is.
That's awesome. Well, well, we're gonna get deep into it tonight, man, and we appreciate you joining with us. So let's get right into it because we don't want to wait too long. There's a lot of baggage that happened today. Let's get into it. All right, Chelsea, Milan, 3-0. Really deflating game, man. We had a chance to tie it up with Leao. Let's kind of talk about a little bit. What do you guys think about the starting lineups? Was it anything we really could have expected different? Let's start with you, Gio. When you saw the lineups, what did you think, bro?
Fabio, like to me, like the starting lineup, we don't have a right winger of any quality, even when Macias and Salamaker's out. So like I know that Pioli loves Krunic and he gets stuck to his bed sheets for him. But there's sometimes that what position that he's good at. That's why I said about CDK. Don't put him in a position that he's to fail, and I'm glad that they're actually putting him in his position and stuff like that. But if we don't have a right winger, then you change the formation. You go to the Christmas tree and then you figure it out. And then, Benacer, Tonali, and then Krunic, if you love Krunic so much, it's in the diamond, and then you got CDK, and then you got Giroud and Leao up top. I feel that's what you should have done because we don't have no quality here. But I guess Pioli sometimes what bothers me is that he doesn't see the changes that need to be done. Okay, we got out of the first half They had like 4 excellent chances to smash us. We got out of there. Kululu and Tomori were defending, cutting out the passes, especially with Sterling. But I think sometimes Pioli, he doesn't see or read the game well, and I don't got nothing against Pioli, but he needs to do better, man. This is Champions League. This is worldwide stage that we're trying to get to. We're not Juve, you feel me? We're not Inter. We're international. You could tell by all the fans all over the world and how the fans showed up into London today. We were singing. If you heard through the TV, I don't know if anybody had mute, but we didn't hear no Chelsea fans. We were hearing someone oh someone oh. We were hearing all our chants. We were hearing everything, and it was just disappointing that the coach and then our midfield. Fabio, I'm gonna kick it to Anthony so I can come back around to
So,
catch my breath.
Anthony, so what I know, guys, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. There wasn't much options available to us. We couldn't add certain guys. We had to call up a few Primavera guys just to fill in the roster without any real inclination of ever playing them. So, I mean, Anthony, what did you think about the people that we actually had available and what we went with?
Well, I love Krunic. Krunic is my dude. I mean, I think he's come through plenty of times. I was excited when I first saw it, but he should have smashed it. He had an opportunity to smash it, and he should have took it. And so I don't know if that's a little like, he's like in a spot to put it away, and he just isn't used to being in that spot to be able to put it away like that. Maybe that was a factor. I don't know, but he definitely should have.
I think it was probably just the fact of being a right wing just
Yeah.
automatically means you can't hit it on target. I don't know what it is. I mean, because that was a shot very reminiscent of Salamanca's. That's a shot I expect of him. From Krunic,
True.
you thought he would have buried it. I would just say, look, Krunic was playing in that position, right? As soon as Salad got hurt and Macias wasn't available, we've let him basically clean up every position that we've needed him to be. It's a little harsh today to really be really down on him.
Mhm.
I just want to switch it a little bit to what we actually saw on the field. And now I know he's young and we spent a lot of money and we got to take our time with him. But Charles did not have a good game today. Charles did not look crisp. He did not look like he had any ideas. Honestly, I'm getting a little frustrated with him. I thought one of the reasons why they spent so much money on a player like this is because he had Champions League experience. And in a big game like this, I don't want to harp too much on just him per se, because I think it's pretty much across the board. Everybody had a really, really bad game today. And Mark is asking a good question. Who had a good game today? We're going to get to that because somebody has to be the top. I don't know if it's possible today, but I think it's an obvious answer who our only good player today was. And even saying good is a stretch. But, did you guys expect a 3-0 loss? Did you guys go in with any expectations about this game with all the injuries, Gio?
Fabio, to me, it's like we've always been resilient and we've always faced competition that we're not supposed to beat when we've like had a depleted team. So to me, I wasn't really like I thought we were gonna like the worst case scenario is get out there with a draw because I'm very confident in what we have. I thought I seen CDK perform versus big teams in Champions League. He has Champions League performances. Leao. But it's just like our defending, and then like the thing that really let us down was our midfield. And to me, like you're in the chat with BVP and stuff and Meadow. They know, man. I know ball. Like, dude, what made me even more frustrated is we had this bum Loftus Cheek destroying us all over the pitch. This dude, he's been loaned out like he's like been loaned out like the girls in the red light district, like loaned out to everywhere. Anybody can get him and stuff like that. And then we have this guy just destroying us. Benacer looking lost. Tonali, like to me, what Tonali is, I have a beef with him now because he couldn't make a single 2-foot pass, to do anything. It was getting intersected or deflected. But Tonali, to me, I don't care what it is, but him and Pioli got big fucking problems from my end because he is not 100%. And for him, he needs to fucking relax. You could love the colors, but we need you in the long run. We don't need you in this all the other times. Like, come on, man. Like, you are injured, you're not 100%, and I'm not putting that excuse on you because you want to go on the pitch and Pioli is picking you because I don't know how we're signing all these other players and we're not giving them a chance. Some people say, oh, when we rotated and we brought in Kaiser and all that for the Napoli game, everybody was saying rotation. But and then when we say, okay, Tonali need to sit down, these people need to sit down. Oh no, we don't have that quality depth. No, 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 no. Tonali, you need to sit your ass down because you are not 100%, and now you're becoming a liability. And today, Benacer, what the hell, man? That captain armband, you made it look like, whoo, you thought
How
you were
about
seeing
how about the
ghosts.
fact that he was so lost at the beginning of the game when they have to do
Yeah,
the coin flip and just the handshake? He looked like
yeah.
he didn't know what he was doing. I'm like, why did they pick the one guy who seemed like he was so confused by this situation? Honestly, I mean, I just want to kick it
And then
back.
hold on, Fabio.
Yeah,
And then the right back and left back, that's see, that's the thing. Management it goes back to management. You have the balls to spend 3.8 million net on Serginho Dest, but you can't get us a right wing. Come on, man. It's time to like, and then you leaving Adley out. Okay, whether you feel that he's not fit or not, we need talent. We need that people that have talent. He has talent. I don't care if he hasn't done it in Serie A or nothing or whatever, but the kid has talent. So you bring him on, especially when you're depleted. Who are we gonna really bring off the bench? Nobody. We couldn't bring nobody off because nobody really has talent like that, like Ali to
well,
cut the pass and stuff like that. And CDK, I am sorry, bro, but you need to go to the fucking gym and bulk up. If the first 5 minutes you were doing good, and then they started hitting you, boom, 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 and then you went soft. You started hiding under the bed sheets. So you need to go on the pasta gains for more challenge, and you need to start lifting these weights because you are softer than Paul Gasol.
all right, Anthony, let's kick it to you, man. I mean, that's hard to
Softer than
follow.
Paul Gasol.
Listen, I mean, what was your interpretation of our midfield tonight? I mean, I have to say, Benacer and Tonali did not look good. Neither one of them. I'd say it was even more worrisome that Benacer didn't look good. Benacer really didn't look good tonight. And as the captain, I mean, what did you think about the way they played?
I don't know. I thought they just had a lot of pressure in the middle to do something. I thought Tonali did fine. I thought that the defense was just horrific, and I think that
Oh,
maybe just carried over to the midfield. That they had to do more. They had to deal with a tight pass to dish it out. I don't know, but I feel like it was all defense. I feel like that was just. I mean, Tamori, and then passing out from the back. Dest could not pass out from the back. I mean, he could
no.
not.
Dest was
Um,
really bad tonight.
he
And
was
I
like,
feel bad for him because we've kind of thrown him like into the fire. I mean, listen, you pick up a guy last minute, and we had to get him because of the injury to Florenzi, but he has
yeah.
not looked good, and he's looked bad in big games when we need him. I mean, it's not fair. His first start is in a Champions League against Chelsea. But what do you guys think about Tomori? Do you think this guy was in his feelings today, playing at his old club? Because he looked horrendous as well, including the second goal that was just like whiffed at it.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Giroud was kind of quiet too. I mean, Giroud
Yeah,
and
but
Tomori,
Giroud,
man.
we always bring it back up to the fact that Giroud needs service. He
Yeah,
can't
true.
do
He
everything
doesn't
by
come back.
himself.
Yeah,
You know, honestly. But I think defense is really worrisome because again, we can't keep clean sheets. We keep changing at the back. We for every somebody's getting hurt. We have no Teo this game. It's really difficult. We don't have really many options. Again, why did we keep Gabia as Gabia's not an option? Kalulu could have been playing right back. I don't think Dest got one cross in from the right side. He didn't have much connection with Krunic in front of him. It just
yeah,
wasn't good, man. And it's sad to say that, look, even though we felt we've taken so many steps forward, you still see a team that's spending 100 million in the transfer window when we're cracking peanuts. And you know what's crazy? We keep talking about right wing, that Maldini and company don't buy a right wing, but they did re-sign Macias this year. You know, they do have some sort of idea that they think Salamakis is the answer for the right wing. You know, how many guys are you going to buy? Why would you re-sign somebody if you're going to buy another person that is going to play ahead of both of them? So they had this idea. They thought the right wing was good enough to get by, and clearly, you know, hopefully more games like this. We all see it, we all know it, but they have to invest into the right wing. Otherwise, you know, I mean, who would we have seen tonight if it was last year? You know, maybe you know, if it was the beginning of the year, but like Castelleo playing on the right side, you know, we're
Uh,
just so down. We have no depth. I mean, Des should have been playing as right wing more than as right back because he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. Very, very upsetting. Very upsetting. But
Fabio, but
let
the thing is,
mhm.
what I've been saying is we need one more dynamic player because you see what they did. They threw three center backs at layout, three defenders at layout. Reece James pace. They had Fafana who has pace, and they had Thiago Silva on him, and then Chalaba came in, and they were physical with him. So when you don't have a other player that could create a shot and do everything it is, that's why like every time I talk to people, I'm talking about I need Okafor, you know, because I've seen him create a shot. He sent Kalulu to the mall and back, you know, and the way he tripped them up and everything. We need more dynamic players. And then a lot of people, when I'm saying, okay, we need a right winger with pace, they tell me, oh no, we don't need that in Serie A. Well, this is Giovanni Aguiluz, and I don't want just Serie A. I want global domination. If you with it or you not, then switch to be a Juventini or Interista because I want global domination. I don't want to just be known. Well, good is it gonna do if we only say we win 6 Scudettos in a row? What the fuck is that? Are they gonna know us in Europe? Oh no, Milan can't even get out the group stage and stuff like that. This is a group stage that we should have already had. Let's say 6 points guaranteed. But everybody, when we drew to Salzburg, they were saying, "Oh, it was a great draw. Salzburg has always in." They Salzburg in the first game, not their heart back on it, Bob. They seeded 7 players that it was their first time. They were 17, 18 years old, and 19 years old. So we couldn't beat them, and everybody say that's a great point. That's a great point. Well, that point ain't looking great right now, especially if they beat Dynamo once again. Now we have to win our last 2 games and at least try to get 1 point. You know how much stress and stuff is like that, especially that we're dealing with injuries. So if you're a Milan fan, expect more from the fucking club. Don't expect that a point is great because I'm not with this great point to teams that we should be outclassed by.
Yeah, and honestly, I would just say, man, I think after the outcome that we got today, I think we would have been happy to salvage a point from this game. I know we aim to win every game, and that's how everybody's mentality should be, but I think we all would have been happy with a point from this game the way it turned out. I mean, let's just touch on one more thing before we start to move on to the rest of the game. So, obviously, I've said this before. Mike Mignon sometimes is so goddamn good that he ends up being the best player we have. And I always say it's great to have a great goalkeeper, but if he's your best player on the team, that's probably not a good thing. But today, let's just talk a little about Tatarusanu. How did we think he did? Do you think uh, he really was at fault for any of these 3 goals? Anthony, let's kind of start with you with it. Do you anything about Tatarusanu?
I thought there was one that definitely Mike could have had. I don't think that he has the athletic ability that Mike has. So there's going to be certain, he's going to be able to change direction a lot faster than Tata. So, I mean, he did okay with his own ability, I think. But in comparison to Mike, I don't think he
Yeah.
can. He just can't.
Yeah, no, I agree. I kind of felt like, what really could he have done? We really didn't have much in the offense
The last
to
game
really
he
complain.
the last game he did more stupid stuff. The last game
This is true.
he started looking like Donnarumma a little bit, going like, "Oh, where's the ball?"
Yeah.
You know.
Oh man. All right, so let's go through our tops and flops. All right, so G, we'll start with you. If there is a top, who do you think it was?
The only reason I'm gonna give it to this guy is the second goal by Aubameyang. Mike Maignan, he saves that. He comes out of his box and he's athletic and he takes it off of Aubameyang. Or if it's because it was straight in the middle, Mike Maignan gets a hand and tips it over the bar, and that's facts. So I don't know what the hell Casano talking about, but that's not here nor there. But yeah, top Tata, man. To me, I mean, that goal rocket of Mason Mount, hey man, that would have went in, a year ago. But hey, he came out and he saved it. Maybe he wasn't good as the second goal, but hey man, he doesn't have any athletic ability. So can we really blame him?
I get Mark agrees with you. He says Tiramisu was the best player on the pitch for him. So Tony, who's your top? I know it's tough to say, but
That's
who's your
so
top?
tough. I mean, yeah, that's really tough. I mean, Liao freaking, at least did something. At least had something. I mean, him or Tonali, and then down to Tata. I mean, really, it's just it's hard to say.
No, I hear you. I would
But
agree.
Tonali, I think Tonali is just. I mean, I think he did what he could. I mean, I think he put in the effort. He put in that he was aggressive. I mean, that's what I like to see with him. That he usually just at least brings the aggressiveness. If he doesn't, if he's not 100% focused, whatever, at least he brings the aggression. So.
You know what, Vinny's making good point here, man. Yeah, I like this. Danny saying Kurvasud was the top. I like that. But Vince Mancini saying Milan giving back to back corners on the first goal gave him so much anxiety. And you know what? I mean, it just looked like they were the moment was too big for them, man. And it's really tough to say. I honestly say, I'm gonna have to lean towards Leao as my top because I think again, he's our only real game changer. If we don't get anything from him, we usually have a hard time trying to create any offense. And honestly, Leao was usually our highlight. So for me, he's my top. I would go with the Curva because they were pretty much rocking the whole game. Definitely as the top as well. Flop now. So Anthony, you first this time. Who do you think is the worst of the worst? Hey, who would you put out with the Basue?
I mean, it's hard to say this name, but Tamori, I think he just was not focused. I don't know what he ate last night or whatever, but he just was not focused. Got to give him one, Got to give him one. He's been solid for so long, but got to give him one. I think it's again, it was a lot of the whole back, but if you're gonna pick one, I thought that Tamori stood out the most as far as just not focusing all the way.
Yeah, I hear you. That's a good pick, man. That might even be my pick. I think I'm gonna have to go with Tamori. He looked really bad today. I mean, probably I wouldn't even go with Tamori. I think for me, the worst of the worst today was probably the whole right side. Dest and Krunic, even CDK. Nah, I'll go CDK. I think he's gonna get a little lynching every once in a while. He's got to get a whipping because the kid. I'm sorry, 35 million. You got to produce better. You got to produce better. Gee, who's your flop, bro?
I'm gonna give it to what Mark said. I'm gonna give it to the pit bull with no bite today, and then I'm gonna give it to Bambi Antonelli because they were slipping over where they couldn't do nothing, man. To me, they disappointed me, especially because like I said, when you let Loftus Cheek, a bummy guy, destroy you, dude, it's curtains for. So I know that but like, come on, to me, like I can't put it on Des even though he sucked today because I wasn't even picturing to put him as a right wing. I was put as a right back. I was putting him always. Oh no, he right wing. Me and Rock Nation, now known as Off White Husney, we've been saying that he's right wing. So I really give it to a guy that can't even defend.
I mean, yeah, man. I don't know. I still just think he still looked really poor. And as Americans, man, we do not want to see Des playing this poor, man. It's just
Mhm.
not a good look. He didn't
Yeah.
look really that great for the national team not that long ago. He didn't look good against Napoli. Doesn't look good again. But yeah, so that
He could take on defenders though. I mean, that's what I saw this game. I mean, he could when he's one on one with a defender, he's got moves. He could switch directions really quickly. So he could take on defenders. It doesn't help for our defending though.
Yeah, Mark makes a great point. He's not blaming the bench players. The regulars deserve more blame when the entire team performs like that.
Yeah.
Mark is on the hit the nail right on the head, man. That's why I honestly, when people were like, "Oh, what did you expect with all these players?" But I was like, "But you still have 6, 7 of the starters. You're missing like 2, 3 valuable players, but like." The 2 center backs would be the ones starting. The 2 midfielders are the ones starting, like CDK, Leal, Giroud. These are the guys that would be starting anyway. So it's like we need to get the most out of these guys, and it didn't happen today. They played scared. They played like the moment was too big for them. So any last words before we move on from this particular game?
I just want to tell Pioli, like, get your shit together, man, and start playing these players. Like, we don't have depth. You had to play Varantix and all these other players in the Serie A to at least have us young and fresh players and the Champions League. He has to do something too as a coach, Fabio. I'm not liking all this other stuff that he's not doing. He's sticking with his guys just because he's like a Gareth Southgate. Just because England made it to a semifinal and a final, he's sticking to players that are not good in quality and not giving a chance. Like when Varantix came in, when Leia got the red card, when I seen him and he was playing those last 15 to 20 minutes, I seen that he got quality, he got tech, he's a steal, he's a beast. I know he's not on the Champions League squad, but now give him a chance in the Serie A. So and then Tonali could get a rest and stuff like that. If we're playing teams like at the bottom, like bottom 10 table in Serie A, he has to rest them, and on our reserves has to work.
But
They've not been
we can't do that because if they're bottom of the table, they bring the heart and grinta to fight to the death against Milan. Like they'd roll over for Juve or Inter 5-0, get blown out. But for Milan, we gotta dredge through a 2-1 victory against the last place of the league. This is how it is. That's why you can't be like, oh, give this person a chance to play. You saw what could happen even against Empoli. We were struggling to get that goal. Finally, we did. Then they get a miracle goal, and we get lucky enough to get 2 back to back right at the end. But listen, man, these guys have to play, yes, but they're bench players for a reason, and it just shows you that we still can't honestly. Yeah, that's a good point, Jamie. Monza did not roll over for Juve, not this year. But you know what I mean. Sometimes these teams, like the secondary players, need to be a lot better. It just shows how much more money and quality needs to be invested into the team because they're not of the caliber that we need to compete in 3 tournaments. They're not. We maybe can get by and compete for a championship in Italy, but the Champions League and playing every 3-4 days and sitting on the bench waiting for your turn, and then when it's called upon, you go in there and you do something and you make something of the time that you're given, then you can actually say, all right, we got quality, we got depth. But right now we're not getting it. Monza better roll over for us. Oh man. But all right, so that's my last 2 cents on the game. Anthony, any last comments about this particular game?
No, I think you guys hit it, but I mean, yeah, just to reiterate, I mean, on paper, we should have did way better, So that's pretty
Yeah,
much it.
I agree. All right, so let's move on now to the rest of the games that we got here. Presidente made us a great slide. So, of course, we always start with the rest of the other Italians. Let's go with the games that happened yesterday. And we got to go with the most informed team right now, which is Napoli. Napoli went to the Netherlands to play on Ajax, whatever the fuck this team's called. But they put a shellacking to him yesterday, 6-1. I mean, Raspadori scored twice, Di Lorenzo scored, Zielinski scored, Simone scored. I mean, Napoli's just lighting the whole place on fire, man. Definitely look like they're gonna win this group, right? In Group A, Gio.
Yeah, man, this was a game that I was entitled to watch as a group, but
This
that's what I'm saying. Like Napoli, you know why they're good in Europe is because pace kills. You know that transition on the break. They got Cavasabador, whatever his name is, and then you got Politano.
he scored too. That's right.
And then you got Lozano. You got guys that could beat a man, you know. And we only have one
Di
person.
Lorenzo, excuse me.
You know, we only have two people that could beat a man, and that's Theo and Leao. But these guys, they got Lozano, they got Zielinski, they got Cavazara. And then when Oshiman is healthy, he could beat a man for pace. So you know they have a lot of players in Europe, especially when you're playing against people who got pace. You need a counter to them with pace. And Napoli, hey man, you know it's love hate. It's love hate with them because they talk a lot of shit on Twitter, and so that's why we're not respecting them.
I know. Listen,
Well,
let
that's
the
why we're not
Napoli fans
respecting
have
them
their moment
until they
bro.
lift that trophy. Not no Coppa Italia till you lift the Scudetto. They thinking that they gonna lift it, but we're gonna see at the end.
We'll see. We'll see. But right now, they're looking really good, man. Right now, it looks like they're not going to be having any issue making it to the next round. Did you get to, Anthony, did you get to check out the Napoli game yesterday?
I watched the highlights, which was pretty much watching the game. I mean, if you watch the highlights, it's like, Jesus, like what? It's like the 85th minute, 90th minute, you know, it's like 70 minutes, 73rd minute. I like might as well watch the game.
Yeah, they put on a show, man. They're playing really well. They're in the most form of any of the teams. Yeah. Napoli's good.
Yeah, they dominated. I mean, they did. They were looking fierce. They're looking on pace. But Ajax still got a little. They're doing stupid stuff too, though. They lost their way, man. They lost their way on that game. They're like, they were gonna lose, and they just started like fucking up even more. So,
well, that's usually what happens when you start to get blown out because they had a bunch of goals. Basically, they were 3-1. Then they got a red card, and they just let the game slip away at that point. And they were 4-1 at that point, and then 5-1, and it was over. But all right, let's move on to the next game. Yes,
Fabio. And the funniest thing out of that game was that the Napoli players were trying to, you know, you always exchange shirts, right? So they didn't want to do it on the full. They didn't want to do it on the field. So then they send the trainer, and then the Ajax guy, like the trainer, gets it or whatever, and then he throws it back. And I'm like, "No, we don't watch your thing. Y'all just destroy this. Get out of here."
They were bad sports.
They were
yesterday.
salty. They were salty.
I don't blame them. I don't blame you. Get your ass kicked. You don't want a jersey to remember that. But all right, let's move on to the next game because there was a game in Milan. It was Inter hosting Barcelona, Gio's second favorite team. And this game, Gio, let me tell you, next time Napoli and Inter are playing, I'm not watching Inter, all right? It was like punishment. You punished me making me watch this game. It was horrible, absolutely horrible. Inter looked like the better team the whole time. I always thought that Barcelona, we were going to see really both of them, Inter and Barcelona, what type of team they really were when they played each other. Because we knew Bayern is running away with this group. And when we get to their game, there was no doubt the other game. But Inter ends up winning by a goal right before halftime by Hakan Çalhanoğlu. Does a nice shot from outside the box, puts it in the bottom corner. I mean, it was good for Inter. And then Barcelona just couldn't come up. Actually, Barcelona had a goal that was disallowed. What was it, Gio, for a handball?
Oh, so it hit Ansu Fati. He was slipping, and it hit him accidentally. And then the ball ricocheted off his hand, and then it fell in front of Gavi, and then he scored, but then they ruled it off. And then at the end of that thing, like, you know, they ruled it off for handball. And then when Dumfries, you know, he was trying to play like NBA, like I block you and stuff like that, they didn't even call it. But you know what? Dang, I felt sorry for you, Fabio. This game was boring as hell.
Oh, boring as hell, bro. Holy cow.
Barcelona had like 80% possession, and they couldn't do nothing with it. And then Bele, he lost the ball for Hakan just to shoot it out. But
Yeah,
that game, I'm sorry, Fabio. I'm
the
sorry,
first
Fabio.
half, Dembele was unwatchable. He was horrible, horrible. He reminded me of Salamanca's. He literally would run at like 3 defenders and just get the ball taken away immediately. I was like, what is this guy doing? Like over and over again. The second half, he did look a little better, but they couldn't find a breakthrough. I was trying to watch this during work, and it was brutal. Thank God I had somebody call me to do something, and I had to get away from the game in the middle of the second half. That's why I saw them score, or I saw the score, and I came back. I was like, what the hell happened? Now it's 1-0 again. But did you get to see this game at all, Anthony? And were you impressed by Inter the way they were playing against Barcelona at all?
I mean, when Hakan scored and they panned the camera to Lukaku, he was like saying something to somebody else, and I felt like it was like a look back in history for me when I finally saw Hakan score or Hakan assist, and I go to my buddy and like, see, he could do something. And I swear that's how Lukaku looked. It looked like he was like confirmed, like trying to convince himself, trying to convince his teammates, like, see, he could do something. But like, nah,
Yeah, well,
next week he's gone. He's not they're gonna be there next week.
listen, I mean, he was the difference maker in this game, so we got to
True.
give him props on that one. So Inter, for the time being, has the step up on Barcelona. And we go to the last game, which was today, which was Juve and Hafifa, whatever. Maccabi, you know who the hell they were. All right. This game wasn't that exciting. It definitely wasn't a runaway. Juve scored first in the 35th minute with Rabiot with a nice goal. And then Vahalovic scored in the second half, the 50th minute. Dean David scored in the 75th to actually give them a little bit of chance to put some pressure back on Juve, but just 8 minutes later, Rabiot puts it again to 3-1, and the game was pretty much set. Did you guys get to check out this game at all? We'll start with Anthony on this one. Did you watch Juve? You probably didn't because we were watching Milan suffer at the same time.
Yeah.
But did you see any of the highlights, any other things about this
Yeah.
game?
I mean, when I first, I'm thinking I'm thinking Juve has something. They do with Di Maria when he's healthy. Like they're a different squad with him. And then if he could get Di Maria gets Vahalovic involved and to put it away, I think they're kind of dangerous, which is kind of scary. But that's if I mean, as soon as Di Maria gets hurt, it seems like they're a different team entirely. So that's what
3 assists today for Di Maria.
Yeah, he's just nuts. Yeah, he's going nuts with them. So that's what I see.
That's Leao-esque for us, Gio. What any opinion about Juve today?
I mean, Juve. I mean, it is what it is, Fabio. I mean, I saw the highlights. I mean, they didn't really look that impressive. You know what I told you? Maccabi Haifa, they're only good at Euro basketball. So, it is what it is. If Juve didn't win this game, they're embarrassing. Like, they're already embarrassing, but they would be more embarrassing. But, I mean, nothing much I got to say.
I hear that, bro. All right, so now we move on to the rest of the Champions League and the rest of match day 3. So we're going to kind of zip through this one because there's a lot of games we did not watch. So we're just going to give our quick 2 cents about them. All right, so the other game in match A in Napoli's division was Liverpool hosting Rangers. And Liverpool, even though I said Trent Alexander-Arnold is horrendous to watch play lately, some pundit said he was like the best right back of all time. I don't know about that, but he did kick a great free kick to get them on the board at the 7th minute, and then Salah got a penalty that he buried in the 53rd minute, and they won 2-0. So did you guys see anything about this? What's your opinion of Liverpool beating up on Rangers?
I mean, Liverpool suck, man. I mean, they haven't found form. Rangers are they're like a Serie B team, to be honest with you, Fabio. I'm gonna keep it facts with you. And Liverpool, they're gonna struggle. And I mean, they didn't really look that impressive. Like I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, I wish I had Leao had him in our group. Leao would be feasting like fucking Thanksgiving dinner. You know how it is, bro. We eating pasta, we eating turkey, we eating ham, yams, potato, da, na, 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 na. You know that song, Pop?
You
But
name it.
but
Yeah,
nah,
man.
but I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold has been getting roasted since the start of the Premier League and the Champions League. So I don't know how they say that he's the best ever. Did they not feel out that there was a guy named Cafu who had like this V-shaped hairline who won it all Champions League? He won everything, Cafu, man. You know, as is to
But you
the
know how
as
these guys are. They're prisoners of the moment, and they just think anybody who plays in England is the greatest ever. I mean, let's be real. But did you see this game at all, Anthony? About Liverpool?
Don't get me started on the English. And their freaking whatever logic they come up with, where if an Italian team gets smashed on or whatever, then all of a sudden they're like, English Premier League's the best, you know. But anyways, yeah, I'm not a biggest Liverpool fan. I think Salah is just scoring penalties now. I don't know. I think he just needs to leave because he's probably depressed and should come to a better team. But did you guys see the Samika save off the line? I don't even know how that physically was possible.
Yeah, that was an unbelievable play.
That was
But
a great play.
yeah, Liverpool. I mean, maybe they have a chance. Let's see what happens. But they needed to beat Rangers. We'll see what happens next week when they play them again in Scotland. So be interesting. All right, but we move on to Group B now, which is the real Cinderella, or I guess not really Cinderella if you've been paying attention to them, but they are balling. Club Brugge hosted Atletico Madrid, and another victory again. This team is unblemished. They're doing great. 2 goals. Sawa. I'm sorry. You know my pronunciations are trash. 36-minute goal. Got him on the board. And then the second half, Jungal, whatever. You know, watch the goddamn highlight if you want to know exactly who it was. 62nd minute. They're housing. Who did we buy the wrong player? That's all I'm saying. Because CDK is not scoring goals. These guys are scoring goals on the rip. Man, on the rip. Every goddamn game they play, they're scoring goals. So please tell me something about Club Brugge.
Fabio, man, we missed the boat, man. I said it today, man. That guy Onadika, come on, Cardinale. You let him go to 9 million with him. Perfect Kessie replacement. Fabio, 20 years old. He's still raw. This guy is gonna be known as the next beast, man. He has been cleaning everything up, and to me, sometimes Milan they piss me off in their scouting because they got the talent, but and then they don't want nine. What the hell is $9 million right now in this market? We can't compete with Premier League. We competed with Premier League to buy CDK, but then we bought Macias, and whoever else for $3 to $4 million. Malik Chow and Macias money, we could have got on Adika, a player that will be playing right now, interchanging between Tonali and Benacer. Come on, man. Y'all got to do better as your scouting. And Maldini, you got to start putting your feet down, and so does Pioli. I can't believe this guy's been Boston and Fabio Onadika, the Nigerian prince. He's going to get bought by a Premier League team next year by like 70, 80 million. Watch. Guaranteed it, Fabio.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know they used our money to buy him, Fabio. With the money we sent them for CDK, they bought Onadika.
Can we do an order exchange? Can we get a refund?
Yeah,
some store credit.
I don't know, man. But Club Brugge's looking good, man. Did you get to see this game at all, Anthony?
I mean, I saw Griezmann looking like he's on drugs. He's looking like Eminem and shit.
Oh man, yeah, Atletico Madrid not looking so hot right now, but we'll see what happens. The other game in this group was Porto and Leverkusen, and Porto got the win 2-0. They scored both goals in second half. Porto, I think this was a good turnaround. I know Leverkusen, everybody's basically chasing Club Brugge, so we'll see between Madrid, Porto, Leverkusen, who's going to make that second spot. I don't know, but you guys have any opinion on Porto or Leverkusen?
Look at this. Breaking news by Facebook Frank.
Oh, Di Maria suspended for his elbow. Thank you, Frank.
Well, there goes Juve.
There goes you, man. Listen, it doesn't matter. Do not. Let's wait for our segment before we start talking shit about Juve. You know, I don't know. I have a hard time talking shit when we are the only Italian team that lost today. But yeah, all right. So that's Group B. Let's move on. We really have nothing to say about Porto anyway. Group C's other matchup, which of course is the group that Inter's in, is Bayern Munich. They beat the crap out of Victoria Pleasant, who's just happy to be invited to the party. They lost 5-0. Sane, Gabri, Mane, and some other guy, Eric Maxim Chubu Moting, whatever the hell his name is. I mean, these guys are just running rampant on it. Sane, 2 goals. Bayern the actual favorite to win the championship, if not Man City? What do you guys think?
The City's to lose.
You think it's City to lose? You're not putting in any stock in the Bayern Munich egg basket?
Nah, that robot, he's a different type of breed. When we get to him, we'll talk about the robot.
All right. But all right. So let's go on to Group D now. Marseille and Sporting. They played early yesterday. It was 4-1. Alexis Sanchez got on the board, former Inter player and Juve player. They ended up winning 4-1. Sporting looked okay. They scored the first goal in the first minute, but then they ended up getting a red card, and the game kind of got away from them.
That goalie who cost them the game, Fabio. What the hell was he thinking?
He's an idiot. He touched the ball outside the box. He's an idiot. It was like 23 minutes. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna just exit out early now. So yeah, they get on the board, and then the other game, which was Tottenham's game. Tottenham went to Germany to play Frankfurt, and they had no shot for the first 80 minutes.
The highlight was like a turnaround play. It was like a turnaround play on a defender. I was like, oh wow, that's something right there. That was it.
Yeah, really bad. Tottenham, just the last couple of games I've seen, nothing to write home about. Really surprised in a Conte team playing this bad, but we'll see. We'll see what they're going to do there. Group D. All right, so we move on to Group B, the other game in our group, which was Salzburg hosting Dynamo Zagreb, and Salzburg, and the man that Geo's been calling for, Okafor, ends up getting the penalty in the 71st minute to give Salzburg the victory. Puts them actually top of the group now. So really interesting. Worrisome when we have to play these guys again.
I'm not worried, Fabio, but I mean, I'll be worried if we lose again to Chelsea next week, and then because then it's mandatory to win those 2 games. I think we could beat Salzburg at home, but going to Dynamo Zagreb, that atmosphere, it's crazy out there. So that's going to be a tough game. But to me, Salzburg and the Dynamo should have been 0-0, but until that defender did a fucking stupidity, it should have been a red card. But and that's all it is in the game, because they were basically getting to the final third and everybody was slipping all over the field until like Okafor, he what a good penalty that he had. But to me, the game was boring until that penalty, and then after that, I thought Dinamo had tied the game and stuff like that, but it was offside. I don't know how he came back so quick onside to come back offside, but it is what it is.
Oh man, but all right, so let's move on to the next game, which was Group F. It was the defending champions Real Madrid. They took on Shakhtar, and they ended up winning 2-1. First 2 goals were by Madrid, Rodrigo and Vinny Jr., and then Zubkov in the 39th minute got them back on the board, Shakhtar, but that was it. No other action in the second half to talk about. Excuse me. Real Madrid just running through their group. There's really no chance for them. Let's just kind of move on to the next game, which was Leipzig and Celtic, which Leipzig ended up winning 3-1. In Kunkun, what's his name?
In Kunkun. He's a Chelsea player though already.
He's a Chelsea player already. He got the first goal, got them on the board for Leipzig. Then Celtic scored right in the beginning of the second half to get it tied, give them some hope. But unfortunately, Andre Silva, guy who couldn't find anything in Milan, goes overseas, goes to other countries, and this guy's scoring goals. Scored in the 64th minute and the 77th minute to give Leipzig the win. So we'll see. It's really Shakhtar and Leipzig are going to be fighting for that second spot. Real Madrid got the top spot locked. Let's move on to the next game, because the next game is the game where we actually at least might have some opinion about. So the heavy favorite in Group G is Manchester City. They hosted Copenhagen, and Copenhagen got shellacked. You know, Copenhagen should have brought some free beers to hand out to everybody, because this game was brutal, man. Holland, 7 minutes in, finds the board. 32nd minute, finds it again. They had an own goal as well, Copenhagen. And then they gave up a penalty, and they were just getting beat up here, 5-0. So I ask one more time, is Manchester City the team to beat? Can anybody stop Holland? Anthony, you answer this one, man. Can anybody stop City?
It's one man. So I think Bayern's going to take it. I think Bayern has more diversity, and then they're going to be mentally prepared for it. I mean, I think that when it comes head to head, like, I don't know, it's whatever. If it was a final between those two, yeah, it'd be Bayern. They're going to be more cool and collect, and Man City's just going to be relying on Holland, I think.
I think Holland is proving that he is
He's
in
a
a
beast.
caliber and class all of his own.
He's a beast.
Maybe you could say Mbappe is up to him. Maybe you could say Lewandowski. You know, you pick the next great striker, but Holland is on another level. He's only 22 years old. He's only going to get better. This is very scary. And they spent almost nothing on him, 60, 70 million, which I'm sure now he could be sold for like 250 million or some ridiculous number. And then the other group, the other game in this group, in Group G, is Sevilla. They were hosting Dortmund, and Dortmund ended up beating up on them 4-1. So Dortmund looks like they're going to be the second spot in this group. And then the last game of the group stage
Fabio,
was
Lopetegui got fired after the game. Sevilla's manager. You're
Oh,
out of
yeah?
there.
Oh,
Yeah,
breaking
yeah.
news. He's been fired. You're fired. All right. So then the last game was Benfica hosting PSG, and Messi got on the board on the 22nd minute, and PSG actually scored both goals because they scored an own goal for Benfica, and they ended up tying the game. So a little help for Juve there, getting a victory, and PSG getting a tie. So did you guys see any of these highlights? Any idea of what's going on with PSG? Is this affect them at all? Are they still going to be finishing top in Group H?
I mean, Messi is back, man. You know, that's why Cristiano is crying all over the pitch over there in Manchester United, because he knows that Messi is better than him and always been better than him. You see what Messi doing right now? Messi got the swagger back, man. I feel sorry for anybody in the World Cup, because Argentina got themselves a little team full of pit bulls to now finally defend Messi and slap him in the face. Messi, he back, man. That's all I gotta say on that.
Yeah, it was definitely a Barcelona-esque goal, you know, like back in the day when he was Barcelona, that way he curled it in there. So it seems like he has it back. But, I mean, towards the end, PSG lost their cool. Neymar lost their cool. Yeah, I just feel bad for him. I feel bad for Messi because it's just PSG is just not. They're not Champions League. They're boring. They're like, what the fuck? You guys are stacked and you guys are doing nothing. Like how like that's just mentally just not fun, you know? Just to be like I don't know. There's just no heart with that team, and so it just kind of sucks. I don't want them over
I hear
there.
that. I hear that. But PSG is definitely the cream of the crop of Group H. So we'll see how they end up. If they can go further, you know, they don't really care about. I mean, they care, but their main objective is to go far in the Champions League. So if they don't end up doing, taking a step in the right direction, getting to a semifinal or final, they're not going to be happy. I mean, it's not so much of a stretch to say that they got to get to at least a final, but you know,
Didn't they say
should.
that last year too? They say it like every year. We gotta
Well,
get to
when you're spending that kind of money,
Yeah.
and you know you got aging players, like Messi's in his 34, 33, whatever he is. He can't keep waiting much longer. He's not going to be like a Zlatan and play until he's 40, 41 years old. You know what I mean?
Fabio, I got some breaking news. So if you're gonna
talk
be
to me.
in NYC, it says October 7th on Friday, October 7th, at the Puma store from 5 to 7 p.m. The Scudetto trophy is gonna be there. So if you want to get merch and take a picture with the trophy, I guess.
Hey, yo,
That was
I'm
just
going to wait
posted.
because they told me it was going to be at the venue, and I'm sorry, I got to work. I can't go to Manhattan 2 days in a row. So you better bring that damn trophy over there. But good to know. So if you're in the New York area and you want to check out the Puma store on Friday, Gio just gave us some breaking news. Go check it out between 5 and 7 over there. They're going to be having the trophy, and you can buy stuff. All right. That's pretty good. All right, so let's talk about this weekend, shall we? All right, we got a big game. It's always big. When you see it on the calendar, you circle it because Milan Juve, it usually brings out the fireworks. So let's talk about it a little bit. Even though we all thought Di Maria was going to be a major problem, he is not playing this weekend because he is suspended. We are getting some good news. Reports are saying that Teo should be back for this game, which is great. We're still going to have no right back, unfortunately, but our left back, sorry, Ballatore, back to the bench you go. Who do we think should be starting on the right wing side? Let's hit the hot button topic. Who is going to be our right winger for Saturday? Any ideas? Any predictions? Gio, I can't hear you. You got to put yourself off mute, bro.
Oh, go first, Anthony.
All right, Anthony, go. What do you think?
We take a photo of Salad Man. We print it out. We just put it on the right side. I think we'll look the same. I mean, league play, that guy doesn't do shit anyways. So we could do it. We'll be fine. Put anybody there. Like fix the formation. Don't. I don't know, but yeah.
Guys, we know Pioli is not going to tinker with the formation. He hasn't done it yet with no right wing. He's not going to do it now. Jamie's putting that they should put Rebic on the right wing. Why not move CDK to the right wing if we can't do it? Yeah, put follow Tor at the right wing. We'll just put anybody everywhere. This is not FIFA, guys. Yeah. You can't do that.
Desta right wing, Gabias center back, Kalulu on the right. All right, we're good.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So I mean, what do you guys again? Do you want to see Rebic start this game, or do you want to see Giroud up top?
Fabio, I want to see Giroud, and then we'll bring on, if he's not feeling good or he's not doing good, then we'll bring off Rebic in the first 45 minutes. But you know what, Fabio, I think it's time for us. I know Juve is a big game, but it's time for us to give that tank of a man, Andre Kubias, a start at right back. I think he's like 6'3", 6'4". He's a fucking tank, and he's ready to destroy anybody. He's from the Primavera. It's time for us to start giving these guys some chance, Fabio. And then we could throw Desk on the right wing, and then we could have more.
You're calling for Primavera players. He doesn't even want to play the players that are on his roster now. You think he's going to go get the 18, 19-year-olds and bring them up? That's not happening, man.
Kubias, he looked like he's 40, so I think Pioli could pretend that he's that old and put him on the right back, and we'll figure it out. I don't know, Fabio. I mean, I just don't want to see Krunic on the right wing, because now Krunic, I'm saying he's good in the double pivot, and I feel that now you're putting him in an area where he's going to fail. You saw what he did today. He made a back pass because he's not used to it, And like the thing is that we need to do better, if not change the formation, or if not, hey, like Jamie said, throw Diaz up there. I know we don't want to see Diaz, but what do we have right now to choose from?
Right now we have no option. So that's why I would say play Diaz and CDK at the same time. And when you need to substitute one of them, then you put on Adley, right? I mean, Adley has to play at some point. We have so many injuries, we're not going to use him at all. Then why did we keep him? I don't get it. We could have sold him, made some money off of him then. I honestly don't understand. But yeah, Diaz might starting over CDK. I don't want to see that either. But has CDK been so underwhelming that he's going to lose his spot against against Juve to Diaz? I mean, can you see a world that this happens, Anthony?
I mean, Diaz will put the spunk on it. He'll set the pace right away. I mean, sometimes he's ahead of the ball, and who knows what he's going to do at that point. But I mean, he runs down the field with that ball. So I mean, he sets the pace. So I think in the last few games we've been throwing him in like 70th and 80th minute, and the game changes. All of a sudden we're pressuring, we're hauling down the field, but it's like too late. So I don't mind throwing him in the beginning and just setting the pace. This is what we're gonna bring. We're gonna try and set this pace the whole game. And if it gets to a point where we need more control in his position, we need to maybe slow it up, go in our own pace, like slow up the game, then we'll throw in CDK on that 60th minute, because that 60th minute is usually for that. It's usually for slowing up the game. So I don't mind seeing Diaz in the beginning, just starting it out.
I think it'll be better if they actually start CDK on the right wing and put Diaz as the cam, and we see how it works. Honestly, I mean, we can't keep going with the same garbage.
I don't think you go wrong. I don't think you go wrong putting him on the right.
Honestly, I think this is that's why they bought him, and I don't know. For me, give it a try, man. You got to do something. Can't beat Krunic again on the right wing. As much as we appreciate Krunic for being a trooper and playing any position and doing anything he's asked, it's not going to be a winning formula. Not, we need to switch it up. But yeah, you guys have, who do you think? Damn, man, it's kind of hard to be like, what's your predictions, or I guess what's your expectations of these games? Let's put it that way. We'll start with you, Gio. What are your expectations of this game?
My expectation is like last year we dropped 4 points to Juve, so we need to make up those points this year. So my expectation is to beat them. I mean, they're not in good form, like Facebook Frank said, Di Maria, he's out, he can unlock their offense, but if he's not in there, 3 points, it is what it is, Fabio. We're better than Juve. We've always been better than them, and we will always be better than them. They ain't known just in Italy. I'm known globally. These guys out here, it's funny because they have 2 clubs out here in Milan. They don't even know how to get along over here, but they can't fill the stadium over there in Turin. That's just how funny these Juventinos are, man. They're just sad. But to me, Fabio, 3 points is a must because, like I said, we got to keep track between Napoli. Napoli's playing like all these relegation sides right now, so they're probably going to win again and stuff like that. So we have to keep pace. And then when we get all our players back and we get healthy, and maybe in January, we finally get the right wing that we've been wanting after 3 years, then that means we can surpass them. But we just need to keep pace because there's a lot of teams like, if you notice, like when you're in a championship race, like if you're trying to overtake 1 or 2 teams, that's fine. But if you're like I know Udinese, we don't know if they're gonna keep up with that pace, but they're already in front of us. Lazio, they're balling. Atalanta, they're balling. So
Udinese is balling.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like Atalanta and Udinese, they play each other this week. That's when we capitalize. We get the 3 points, we surpass them, and then it's just us and Napoli because Napoli got Cremonese. That's it. Let's just keep pace. Let's get the 3 points as we have to. We have a game changer in Leao that could do it by himself, and they don't really have a game changer. They have the one, but what is the one? He just has them stuck to their bed sheets.
Yeah. So, Tony, what's your expectations of these games, bro?
I think Tomori and Benacer are gonna. I think those both are guys that are they held themselves to a higher standard. So I just think that they're both going to come out just 100% on point. and it's gonna show. Teo's back, so that's gonna scare the shit out of Juve. And then I think we have to take this one for sure. During
Yeah,
the
we will not accept anything but 3 points. That's what we saying.
Yeah, we doing
Yeah,
it.
man. All right. So, I mean, listen, that's pretty much as we can really go into it. Saturday is going to be a big day. It's going to be crazy. Where are you guys going to be watching? My fucking thing keeps talking to me over here. The
Lions
basement
Den.
door is open. If you guys are going to be at the Lions Den on Saturday.
Oh, we're gonna it's gonna be a scrap. We're gonna just start scrapping as soon as we get there. First we're gonna scrap, and then we're gonna watch the game.
Oh, I like it. I like a little. All right, listen. I hope to see 2 victories by you guys. All right, one in the scrap before and one in the game from Milan. That's what I hope. Obviously, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be in the city with everybody else. So let me just promote this thing one more time. If you're in the New York City area, you got to come to this event by Rock Nation and Milan in the 40/40 Club. Milan Juve watch party. The trophy will be in the building. They're going to be handing out a special gift for the first 300 Milan fans. So get there. 10:30, baby. Doors open. Game at 12. There's going to be Boston in the house. There's going to be Philly in the house. New York City hosting. And we're going to have many more clubs, I'm sure, going to be participating, showing up. It's going to be a great event. So if you are anywhere close to the tri-state area on Saturday, come through, check it out. Come take a picture with the trophy. If you see me, come say what up. Let's shoot the shit. Talk that Milan love. And let's just hope it turns out in favor for us. Because if I have to sit through a Juve win, and it's just gonna be, I don't want to envision it. I don't want to picture it. I just want to be happy. I want to be happy, boys. All right. So let's go on to our brioskis and our indigestion of the week. All right. Now I'm sure there's something that happened. Maybe not necessarily had to be in this game because today there was not much to be happy about. But do you have some sort of brioski or indigestion this week, Gio?
Yeah, I got both. Okay, my brioski is Lukaku looking like the biggest clown in the world. You feel me? Yo, Lukaku, we got the off-white sponsor, not your lame ass, not no broke ass Digibets club, Caca Fly club, And for you to wear off-white, that's how not in tune you are into the club that you supposedly you love and that you were twerking to get back to. So that was my brioski. Lukaku being a dummy, being a clown, wearing off-white when we have the sponsor to off-white. Nobody want to sponsor Enter. They got their fake sponsorships for 40 million and they're not paying. That tells you what it is. And then my indigestion is like Casano. I don't care what he was saying about Theo or Leao, but come on, man. Now you talking shit, man. Sorry for my language. You over here talking about Mike Maignan. What do you expect from Mike Maignan? We lost Gigio Donnarumma and we replaced him. He left. He came in. He gained us 22 points and we won the Scudetto. Like, what kind of trash do you have to talk about Mike Maignan? Like, are you dumb? I just want to ask that. Are you dumb? Are you mad that you didn't accomplish everything in your career because you was doing extracurricular activities when you weren't supposed to? I don't know what the hell you was doing, but you a bum for that.
Casano won a World Cup and the Scudetto with us. I think he did all right in his career. I think he's just trying to stay relevant right now, man. So sometimes these pundits, they gotta talk caca, man, because that's the only way they get clicks, they get views. Otherwise, who the hell's paying attention to Casano? You know what I'm saying? So, it's a good one because I heard him talk some shit and I heard him talk stupid about us. But you know what? We move on from him. But all right, Anthony, do you have any feel good moment, brioski of the week, or even an indigestion, something that made you feel sick to your stomach?
Maybe indigestion. Yeah, just like the English podcasters just because our loss today, I'm still pissed off about that because it's like, look, we had an off night tonight. Okay, whatever, we're gonna blame ourselves. That's fine. But I mean, freaking Napoli smashed Liverpool or crickets. You know, I mean, we're smashing teams in the Champions League. English teams are not doing that great yet. They're going, oh, is this the best of Serie A that for the game today? And it's like, hey, we still got another game next week. We're gonna bring it to them and show them what's up. So that's kind of what's been bugging me.
Yeah, well, listen, pundits, especially
Jamie
these English
O'Hara,
people.
that bum. I think he was an ex-Tottenham player. That
Yeah.
bum is talking like your club is a bum. Your
Yeah.
whole club, Harry Kane, bum ass son. Y'all bums. Y'all don't win nothing but the Audi Cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, my brioski of the week is just I don't know how you really could say anything else. It's that off-white drip, baby. I mean, Milan just keeps making these great deals. I mean, there's not a chance in hell I'll ever be able to get one of these jackets, shirts, polos, whatever the hell they make. Everything's probably just for the super wealthy people. And again, if this is just another ploy to show the players, look, you get BMWs for free, you get clothes for free. I mean, another reason to keep people. I'm happy. I'm good with it. It looks fly. I'll never be able to wear it. I mean, that jacket was probably like $6,000-$7,000 for some ridiculous amount. But hey, I like it. I like it. My indigestion, man, is just the injury after injury after injury. I mean, this is just a very, very poor point of our pivotal season for everything to start happening right now. So for me, this is making me shit my pants every time I see who's getting hurt every game. Happy Teo's coming back. That's probably another one of my bureaus. Thank God Teo's coming back because the BMW might be cheaper. You're probably right. You might be right, man. It's getting ridiculous. But yeah, I'm just hoping for a better turnout this weekend. We need it. We need it bad. And I'll probably add this to my brioski. I'm super excited for Saturday, man. So if you are in the area, you're going to be at the bar at the 4040 Club. It's going to be a great time. People are going to be chanting. People are going to be singing. They're going to have the banners. It's just going to be off the hook. So I'm super happy that Milan is at least getting their worldwide brand in order, man. Their worldwide brand is getting in order. We're getting more sponsors. We're creating more money. We're creating more buzz. If we can just buy a right wing and maybe some depth, we'll be all right, man. We'll be all right. But you know what? Listen, everybody was super upset, me included. So I just want to touch back one more time on this thing. Like, it was rough today, all right? But we know what we were dealing with was a ton of injuries. We're playing against a team that has a way big salary cap than we do. They have spent so much more. I mean, they got players making more money than our top guys sitting on their bench. We couldn't get the right wing that we wanted, and he's just sitting on the bench for them. So, Chelsea, if we could turn it around next week, we can hold our heads up high. But today was very demoralizing. But all right, let's move on to our next segment that we always do. Sometimes it's shout out of the week, but this week it's shirt of the week. So, Gio, this is your segment, brother. What you got?
Man.
Talk to us, man.
If you know, that's that cranial, man. My shirt of the week is from Milan Club Dublin. You feel me? Shout out to them, man. If you seen all those videos, man, that was Milan Club Dublin, a percentage of their club. So, man, shout out to them. They were founded in 2014. They go to the woodshed, and the reason I know all this information, shout out to Colin, man, a Patreon or us. Like Fabio always says, if you want to join the Patreon, hit the link and so just to support the channel. But shout out to Colin, man, real good dude. All these guys, they're real good dudes, and then they even try to help you to get tickets. Even if you're not in the club, like if you know them and you talk to them, they try to get you tickets if they can. So they're a real good club, established 2014, and they're always in the woodshed. Whether it's a weekend game or midday game, they're always there. So if you're ever in Dublin, Ireland, go meet up with them. They're a whole bunch of good guys. I don't know if you're gonna be able to keep up what they drinking, but hey, you just go meet up with them.
Listen, if you could keep up with their drinking, you're gonna catch a friend for life, man. That's gonna be. I can't wait, man. Hopefully one day my path can cross in Dublin. I can go watch a game with the boys there because it's definitely a great experience. They're a great club, always willing to help people out if you're going to a game and you're a part of their membership. So if you aren't, check them out. They have great merch. Me and Geo won a shirt. The Intista Fangulo shirt is from Milan Club Dublin. They got great stuff, great leadership there. Colin's always sharing stuff in our group chat. Yeah, definitely shout out. If you're not a part of our Patreon and you want to be a part of the group, support the channel. We'll get you into the group text. It's just a great environment. And Colin and the rest of the people at Milan Club Dublin do a great job. They're always representing almost every game, every goddamn game. They have somebody there. I mean, this it might be one of the biggest clubs for Milan outside of Italy. It's got to be because they're always representing. So, do you have any gear, Anthony, from Milan Club Dublin? Have you ever checked out any of their stuff?
I love their logo. No, but I don't have anything.
Listen,
if you want
man,
to send me some stuff, Gio.
They always got great stuff, bro. They always got great stuff. So definitely check out on our description. There's the link to Milan Club World. There's tons of stuff on there, I'm sure, from Dublin as well and everybody else. Check it out. Milan Club Dublin. That's our shout out of the week, our shirt of the week here. So, Anthony, I hope you're prepared. Every time we get to the final segment of our show, especially today, we do our parting shots, which of course we have a little beverage, a little shot, a little liquor, some alcoholic drink to help you wash this down. So if you don't have one, we advise you get something, whatever it is, even if it's water. Lie to us and tell us it's vodka or tequila. But me,
Okay.
I'm always ready. And I did this a couple of weeks ago. Let me put myself bigger so I can get myself over here. Hello. Hold on. Nope. I put Geo. Oops, sorry. There we go. All right. Let me get myself in there. I got the White Walker. All right. Because our team were like a bunch of zombies today. So that's why I'm pulling out the White Walker, Johnny Walker. This is going to be my parting shot while the boys get themselves together. So look. I guess I like to save myself for last because I like to rile everybody up and get a little crazy. But we're going to get the shot
I'm
going
ready,
here.
Fabio.
Right.
I'm ready.
All right, Gio, hold on. Let me get listen. We got to get a little Rock Nation this weekend. So with this parting shots music this week, we got to go with the Rock, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Dust that shirt off your shoulder, baby. Let's go. So I said that back. Dust that dirt off your shoulder. There you go. Gio, what's your party shot, baby?
Man, we got the Casa Fricos, on deck. But my parting shot is, man, like I've been telling every time there's a big game, man, go join your new favorite club. Or they got Cleveland. New York gonna do a big thing. Milan Club SoCal, we're gonna be in enemy territory in the Del Piero restaurant. We're gonna be out there knocking Juventinis out. From the United States to Asia to Europe to anybody in the Middle East, man, and even Antarctica out there, they got a Milan Club.
Milky Way. Don't forget the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Universe.
And everybody, so man, just parting shot, man, just go join up with them because, like I said, we're gonna push the team over. We got a lot of injuries, man, and we're the only reason that this team is gonna get the win because San Siro is gonna be buzzing. It's gonna be crazy. New York gonna be crazy. N10 gonna be crazy. They're gonna get knocked out before the game even starts, and we're gonna do it. Salud.
I love it. Salud. Ed, what's your parting shot, man? Tell the people. Talk to them, man.
Yeah, exactly, man. Everybody's got to go to their event. Fucking send those good vibes. Milan's fucking feeling it. They hear it. So just bring it. Go wherever. Like I said, or like Gio said, we're going to N10. We're going to meet up with some Juventus heads, and we're going to still bring that good vibes to just send it over to Milan. But shouts out. I got to do a shout out. Shout out to Milan Club Phoenix because they had their first meetup. So
hell yeah,
we're in Phoenix now. So if anybody's wants to get that desert life, go to Arizona, watch the game.
Hell yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there one day. I'll tell you, and I'll bring my cousin and my uncle too. Cheers, brother. Cheers, everybody.
Salud.
All right. Here's my parting shot. All right. Don't let today get you down All right. It was brutal. It was embarrassing. All right. But don't let anybody tell you that they expected it, that they're okay with it. You're a Milan fan, and being a part of Milan fandom means you expect the highest every time they hit the field, baby. All right. Milan Club Detroit, shout out to them having their first meetup on Saturday. That's what's up. Keep it going. Gio, what happened to me, man? Listen, people. Yeah.
Where am I?
There
I'm
we go.
over
There
here.
we go. Get it together. Let's go.
Oh.
Listen, boys, all right? Don't let anybody tell you that Milan shouldn't be fighting for every trophy that we're in, that we shouldn't be producing, no matter who's on the field, all right? If they're in the red and black, they need to respect the colors. They need to play with heart. They need to have an idea. And today they didn't have no goddamn idea. They looked like they were blind, deaf, and stupid out there. But you know what? It's all going to be washed away come Saturday because we're back on our 2-star mission, boys, all right? The number one objective of this year is to get to 20 Scudetto before Inter, and we cannot get our eye off the ball. We cannot slip up. We cannot act stupid and lose points to Juve. Not this year, baby. So dust that goddamn dirt off your shoulder and get up because it's the Rock in the building, baby. Gio, bring us all back up now. Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have to train you on which buttons to be pressing. Yo, guys, this is the show. This is what it is every week. It's Milan Coast to Coast. Me and Gio are always live every Wednesday night here, bringing all the fire, bringing all the salt. If you're upset, I'm upset. I want to thank Anthony for being our special guest tonight. Anthony, doing great work. If anybody needs something, wants to reach out, hit him up. Anthony does great work, just trying to spread the Milan love to the different clubs all around the country and all around the world. So, Anthony, we appreciate you for being here with us, man. Gio, any other last words? Anthony, any kind of last words you want to throw out there?
Nah, we're gonna get Anthony in contact with Presidente. He needs them, so we're gonna do that, and that's all I gotta say.
I like it.
I'm just gonna give him a warning before I send him the contact information. So, all right, expect something for Presidente. All right.
Am I getting the warning or is he getting the warning?
Who?
I don't know. There might be a couple of stipulations that you'll have to
No.
do, but
We're gonna just say he just wants to talk to you about some graphics or something.
All right. Yeah,
all right. Listen,
let's
don't
go.
spill the secrets, Gio. All
Yeah.
right. And thank you for joining us, bro. Thank you guys for watching,
Appreciate
man. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button on the video. Please subscribe to our channel. Every Monday and Wednesday night, we got fire content. Vinny and Steve on Monday night. Me and Gio always here Wednesday night. And we always got the Patreon specials coming on the weekend before the games. So if you're not a part of our Patreon, please get on there. It's all in the link. You can help and support the channel. We really appreciate it. Hit the bell so you're always notified when we're going live so you can get on here and be a part of the conversation. Guys, it's always a pleasure. Ovunque and sempre.
Forza Milan.
Milan. All right.
Forza Milan, guys. Have a good night. See you guys later. Let's go. Forza Milan.
Vincerai, non ti lasceremo.